The third and fourth station of the Lenten pilgrimages were the flagellation, to commemorate the sacrifice and suffering of Jesus, and Bethany, where the miracle of the resurrection of Lazarus took place. In collaboration with the Augusta Victoria Hospital in Jerusalem, the Arab Episcopal Medical Center in Ramallah organized a marathon to support children with cancer. The biblical competition at Dar al-Kalima University College in Bethlehem has ended. On 27th of March, the Goethe Institute in Ramallah opened its doors to local musicians to animate an evening of music with the participation of the German jazz group Fly Magic. The French Gastronomic Week in Palestine stopped in Jericho. Seasonal products directly from the producer to savor a cuisine which is a fusion of colors and flavors. Among the missions of the custody, there is the support for Christian schools. Through the Good Friday collection, you can help young students to create a peaceful future. The journey towards Easter and the resurrection continues. During the third station of the Lenten pilgrimage to the places of the Passion of Jesus, the Franciscan friars celebrated the Holy Mass in the Flagellation Chapel. Restored by the architect Barluzzi between 1927 and 1929, the interior has 3 windows commemorating the moments before Jesus received the cross. The flagellation, Pilate who washes his hands, and the choice of Barabbas as a prisoner to be freed. In his homily, Brother Ramzi Sidawi, treasurer of the custody, stressed how 2 images of Jesus can be perceived. The first immediate, the second more hidden. In fact, Jesus is suffering, condemned, scourged, crowned with thorns. But through these words of the evangelist, we can see the King. He is a special king who comes to rule from another world. These pilgrimages make us relive the mystery that we read in the Gospel. And the Gospel is the word of life for today. It is not a word of the past. For this reason we live, relive and draw today in these places from this mystery for our lives. Bethany, a place that has always been venerated, was the 4th destination for these pilgrimages. The house of friendship between the family of Lazarus and Jesus is an oasis, as the announcement made here, "I am the resurrection and life." 2 words come out of this, friendship and life.
Sì, innanzitutto queste 2 parole ci portano alla creazione, dove Dio ci ha donato.
These 2 words lead us to creation, where God gave us life, created us as his friends in his image. God walked as a friend with Adam, and we lost this friendship with sin, the original sin, but God came to restore this friendship and bring it back to its fullness.
Dio è venuto per restaurare questa amicizia e riportarla alla sua pienezza.
Following an ancient tradition, the Franciscan friars moved to the Mount of Olives. They first prayed in the chapel of the Ascension where, according to tradition, Jesus ascended to heaven. Finally, they went to the church of the Pater Noster, where Christ himself taught the disciples the Lord's Prayer. Children with Cancer is the name of the initiative that the Arab Episcopal Medical Center wanted to give to the Children's Marathon organized in Ramallah, in collaboration with the Augusta Victoria Hospital in Jerusalem, which for years has been taking care of the youngest cancer patients. Despite the bad weather conditions, the enthusiasm of the young participants spread to those present, especially the parents of the patients, but not only. also those who took part in the competition in solidarity and in support of the young patients. Seeing those children suffering from cancer, trying to overcome their difficulties and looking forward to overcoming their suffering, together with their friends, confirms the message that the organizers wanted to give to the marathon.
We ran for their sake and to infuse them with hope. Through determination, will, and freedom, in good or bad weather, we can overcome this disease. This is the message I am trying to send from this marathon.
Despite the bad weather, the children have decided to go out and run this marathon. We maintain direct contact with the hospitals which care for these children, and they are now looking at us. This should improve their morale and give them an impulse to move forward in order to deal with this disease.
Thank you all. I'm from Ramallah. Today I feel so happy about the support that the people of my city have given to cancer patients. It was really a wonderful activity, and it gave us the help we needed. On behalf of all the children here and on my behalf, I would like to say a sincere thank you to all of you.
Faith, hope, and will are the main characteristics of these little patients. Despite their physical and moral suffering, they took part in the marathon to experience some happiness in the march of their lives. The fourth and final evening of the Bible competition ended on March the 29th at the University of Dar al-Kalima in Bethlehem. More than 200 students from different Palestinian cities took part in the competition to represent their schools and parishes.
Of our Sons of the Earth Association.
The contest, promoted by the Association of the Children of the Earth and its director, Father Ibrahim al-Shomali, aims to encourage students to read the Bible more deeply and continue to be connected with the Word of God.
We are Palestinians, and we are happy to live the gospel in the land of the gospel. I felt that I was aware of the verses of the Bible, but after reading, I discovered that I was ignoring many things that I now know.
The Apostolic Administrator of the Latin Patriarchate of Jerusalem, His Excellency Monsignor Pierbattista Pizzaballa, blessed this activity and expressed his joy at the presence of new media, which allow young people to recognize the Word of God. The Pontifical Mission is very interested in all activities that promote the development of a sense of belonging to the land of Jesus among young men and women in the Christian community. From the past years until today, when we speak of the future of the Christian presence, we speak only of providing homes and jobs. But there is one other important element, which is the feeling of belonging to the land of Jesus. Hence the importance of biblical competition. Cynthia Nazzi won the first prize as a representative of her school, St. Ephrem al-Syriani in Bethlehem. She won a pilgrimage to Rome and she will meet His Holiness Pope Francis.
I was very happy to be able to live this experience, and it was one of my dreams to go on stage and compete to win. I am very grateful to everyone who supported me. God was with me. I was also happy during the reading of the Gospel, and sometimes the reading of the verses gave me the thrill. I've done a lot to help my daughter win, and I thank God for that. I decided to support her after the third phase, and I was reading with her, and I asked her to go out if she felt tired. But she said, "Mom, don't underestimate my abilities. I'll succeed."
The Goethe Institute in Ramallah opened its doors to the second edition of an evening of music in collaboration with the German jazz group Fly Magic, which animated the evening with wonderful music along with several Palestinian musicians.
Idea came about when I arrived, and my predecessor had a wonderful project going on, which is called Musikraum, meaning music room. Did this here in Palestine as a way also to show that safe spaces exist.
In this small venue, which for some time hosted an activity related to the Palestine Photo Festival, the local and foreign audiences interacted with the artists who participated in the musical evening.
I'm based in between Berlin and New York, and I've been running this band for many years now, and it's a great pleasure to be here.
Talking about the collaboration with Palestinian musicians, the leader of Fly Magic said,
I think it's wonderful. The best way to get to know a place and a culture is to collaborate with people, and music is one of the best things to do so, because you don't even need the same language, because music is a language.
Palestinian musicians presented different types of jazz music. They played several instruments that added a touch of joy, which bewitched the entire audience. Today we will be taking part in a performance at the Goethe Institute, located in the Franco-German Center in Ramallah. Jazz and Arabic music will be played. Some jam sessions are also planned as part of a close collaboration between musicians to produce together a music that is common to all. Music is really the bond that unites different musicians from all over the world.
We are taking fresh organic produce from Jericho over here from the market, and we about to do somi msakhan, which is vegan msakhan. We're gonna use local mushroom, and we're gonna use eggplant with a lot of onion and sumac and olive oil. Also, we're gonna cook with the French chefs. It's gonna be totally from farmer to the table. So we're looking forward to see what's gonna happen.
There's one food that saves, one that nourishes, and one that comforts. There is a contemporary food, and there is a traditional one, and an international food which can project into the plate the meeting of local worlds. A week to taste all of this. And in Jericho, the city that with its tell is considered the oldest in the world, took place a stopover for the annual week of French gastronomy in Palestine, organized by the French Institute of Jerusalem and the General Consulate of France.
How cooking can be fascinating because we all use the same ingredient. It's just about the technique and the style and the taste. So when you have two different chefs coming from different parts of the world, there is always room for fusion and new ideas to take place, where it is very exciting, and always the best recipes can come from improvising what's on the moment.
For me, it's not a religious or mystical nature thing. It's about going back to the simplicity of things. I don't know if you've noticed how people eat constantly at the market. Those who produce, even our two magnificent coachmen, they're always eating.
Leurs produits, manger constamment. En vendant les produits, nos deux magnifiques chauffeurs de cheval dans les champs. Hop.
We do not do this when we are in a normal market. We want to buy, not to eat. Here nature invites us to eat all day long.
On n'a pas envie. C'est une nécessité d'aller acheter des produits, mais on n'est pas à les goûter sans cesse. Là, toute la nature nous l'offre à un tel point qu'on en a mangé toute la journée.
Colors, flavors, aromas, customs, traditions and innovations. In this way, among the small streets of the market of Jericho, a special tour allows the visitor to taste local products in a journey that leads directly from the producer to the table.
It's actually the first time that we participate in this program in Jericho, and we try to present something a bit different today. The idea was to take people on a tour that will see different aspects of the food production starting with irrigation systems and the aqueducts in Jericho, an ancient system, going to visit local farms, local families that grow their crops, and collecting from every place the fresh ingredients, seasonal ingredients.
So we wanted to produce something Palestinian for the Palestinian market, and if it's produced anywhere, why can't we do it? Our capacity over here yearly is around 100 tons a year. This would cover the entire West Bank and Gaza market. So we're talking about covering the Palestinian market, self-sufficiency in mushroom.
Not only a meeting of colours and flavours, but a fusion of people from different cultures.
Travail de création.
The work of creation begins together because there is nothing more jubilant, joyful than to make food.
Faire à manger à plusieurs.
كانوا يحبطوني ويحكوا لي انت بتقدرش ولا عندك قدرة انك تكمل في المدرسة. حتى اولاد صفي كانوا يستهزئوا في. والله بشكرهم كتير لانهم غيروا فيي كتير اشياء. ما كنتش اتخيل ان هيك اصير يعني اني امشي لحالي، اعتمد على نفسي، لانه بتغير شخص من الصفر بتطلعه لفوق. يعني انا كنت تقريبا مسح في الطباعه بالكتابه بالقراءه، كنت مسح. هون دخلت رفعوني رفع مش طبيعي. اكيد بشكر ربي وبشكره على كل شيء طبعا، لانه انا يعني صح اول شيء تصعبت، اول ما فقدت نظري صح تصعبت، بس مستحيل استسلم لا.